All right, good evening. We will start our board meeting with call to order, please. Here, that's me, sorry.
Here.
I'm tired.
Here.
Here. Okay, and we will do the Pledge of Allegiance followed by a moment of silence, please. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, we need to approve the agenda for the evening. Do I have a motion?
Motion. Second.
Motion and seconded. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Next, the approval of the minutes from our July 9th board meeting. Do I have a motion?
Motion. Second.
Been motioned and seconded. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
And then, sorry, getting used to the new format. Superintendent's report, right? Excellent. Dr. Sprout.
Thank you, President Berrigan, governing board members. Now everyone's seen every slide. Thank you very much. Back to you. We are thrilled to celebrate you, President Joe
Thank you.
Berrigan, who was announced as the 2025 recipient of the prestigious William Bill Lovett Award at the annual Arizona Association of School Business Officials Conference. Congratulations.
Thank you.
This incredible honor, which is ASBO's equivalent of a Hall of Fame recognition, is awarded to a long-serving member who has made lasting and impactful contributions to the organization and its mission. Jill's dedication, leadership, and unwavering support for ASBO and its members make her a very deserving recipient, not only a leader here in our district, but a leader in ASBO. So congratulations.
Thank you.
The 2025-26 school year is off to a strong start. I want to thank all of our staff for their hard work in preparation for the first day of school, the first week of school, now as we wrap up the second week and beyond. Thanks also to our parents for supporting a smooth start to the school year. So if you think about how many students we have here in Levine, it used to always start with a 7, but now we're starting with 8s all the time. So as of today, we had as of today, we have 8,117 students in attendance, and we are up 2.2% from this day last year. The annual all-staff welcome back celebration was held at Grand Canyon University Arena, bringing together more than 1,000 outstanding employees for a morning of energy, connection, and celebration. This much anticipated event is a special tradition, an opportunity for our entire staff family to reunite, have fun, and get inspired for the year ahead. We are excited to share the state of the district, which is very strong, and proudly unveil this year's theme, Building Futures. Thank you to our governing board members for joining us and supporting this powerful start to the school year. Families across the district came together to kick off the new school year by visiting their children's schools and classrooms during Meet the Teacher Night. The energy was high, the smiles were plentiful. Both the students and the parents would seem to be very happy as the summer came to an end, and the excitement for the year ahead was truly inspiring. One of our commitments to employees is providing every level of support possible, including when they start their careers in Levine. During the week of July 22nd, we held our annual new staff induction focused on our new to Levine certified instructional staff. During the week, we provided vital training on school and district systems and processes, district technology, and most importantly, training in how to use our research-based curricula. New staff were also given time on their campuses for site-specific trainings. Thank you to all of our academic services team, instructional coaches, school administrators, and mentors for your support of our new staff. And the survey feedback was extremely positive. The 2025 district-wide summer school program was a huge success. This year, summer school ran from Monday, June 2nd through Thursday, June 24th, and was hosted at Levine Elementary School. 307 students in grades 1 through 4 from across the district participated. Each day, students engaged in a full schedule that included English language arts, math fluency, science, and a hands-on summer camp activity. Thank you to all our summer school students, parents, and staff for your participation. And a special thank you goes to our summer school coordinators, Ms. Jenna Getz, who teaches at Levine Leadership Academy, and Mr. Irving Barraza, who I think I saw back there somewhere, our new Dean of Students at Desert Meadow School. Irving, if you would raise your hand. The Kids Club Summer Program had its highest summer enrollment ever with 304 students. Staff worked together to ensure the students had the opportunity to have a highly engaging learning experiences and a lot of fun activities throughout the summer, including going ice skating and attending a play. We say a huge thank you to our entire Kids Club team. This summer also, nearly 90 students attended Rogers Ranch STEM Academy and Desert Meadows School at their joint STEM summer camp. Students spent 2 weeks exploring various pathways such as digital arts, coding through Minecraft, Lego robotics, and Dash and Dot robots. To end their 2 weeks together, students and community members were invited to the STEM Summer Camp Showcase, where students showed off their new skills and final projects. It was awesome. Over 500 MC Cash students received new backpacks loaded with school supplies on July 23rd. A huge shout out to Elim Logru and Gordy McCalkey for their generous contributions to our school. They also provided Kona Ice, and the line wound around the gymnasium to pull everyone off with their fabulous flavors. Again, thank you to Elim. On July 15th, the district hosted a donor appreciation breakfast to recognize the generosity of our community partners who make the Helping Hands Closet possible. This program provides school uniforms, shoes, supplies, and hygiene items to students in need across our district, ensuring they start the school year confident and prepared. The breakfast at the Levine Education Center brought supporters, district staff, and community members for a morning of gratitude, connection, and celebration. Thanks to the support of these generous donors and volunteers, the Helping Hand Closet has already served over 500 students and their families. All 9 of our schools have been named America's Healthiest Schools. This annual award recognizes schools in areas such as strengthening social, emotional health and learning, increasing family and community engagement, and improving nutrition and food access. Tonight, we have the Director of America's Healthy Schools Award, Emily Teggy, here tonight to recognize our district. And also we have our Director of Child Nutrition, Jennifer Gordon, but Emily, we'll turn it over to you.
Right. Thank you. Good evening, President Berrigan, governing board members, and Dr. Sprout. Thank you for the opportunity to be here this evening. When a school focuses on health, it is not just about the nurse's office or the cafeteria. It's about creating a place where students are ready to learn, teachers feel supported, and families feel connected. And that is exactly what you did here at your district. As I shared, my name is Emily Teggy. I serve as Director for America's Healthiest Schools at the Alliance for Healthier Generation, in which we help schools create healthier environments where students can thrive. This year, we unveiled our 2025 list of America's Healthiest Schools, celebrating 1,120 K-12 schools nationwide. Schools are recognized in up to 9 topic areas, and again, at all of your schools, you have achieved recognition. In only 1 year, your district has grown from 3 schools that were awarded to now all schools being awarded district-wide. While topics varied for each school, all schools achieved recognition in school health services, with multiple schools being awarded in nutrition and staff well-being. And a special congratulations to Levine Leadership Academy, who is the only all-star in the entire state of Arizona. On behalf of Healthier Generation, I want to commend your school leaders and educators for their extraordinary commitment that you're not only making a real difference for your students, but also your staff, and also setting the bar for Arizona to inspire schools nationwide. Congratulations on this achievement, and thank you for having me here tonight.
Thank you, Emily. If you'd please come forward along with Jennifer Gordon and President Berrigan and Ms. Abeg. We will now call up the representatives of the district's School Nutrition Committee that contributed to the school applications. First, from Levine Elementary School, Principal Melissa Garcia. From MC Cash Elementary, Assistant Principal Rayanne Morgan. From Vista del Sur Accelerated Academy, third grade teacher Brittany Downs. From Levine Leadership Academy, Assistant Principal Ashley Grant. From Trailside Point Performing Arts Academy, Assistant Principal Rachel Boyle. From Desert Meadows School, kindergarten teacher Brianna Lewis. From Rogers Ranch STEM Academy, Assistant Principal Jessica Neal. Paseo Point Dual Language Academy, School Counselor Kendra O'Feely. And from Estrella Foothills Global Academy, PE teacher and athletic director Aldo Robles. Thank you again, Emily, for being here tonight and helping us to celebrate. The South Mountain Levine Chamber of Commerce hosted the first annual golf tournament benefiting the Levine Education Foundation. 128 golfers enjoyed a day at Aguila Golf Course right here in Levine, and $20,000 was provided to the Foundation for Future Scholarships. To the Foundation for Future Scholarships. Thank you to Maisha Harris, a Levine legend, local business owner, and Chamber Vice President for making this happen with our team. It was a great event, and save the date for April 17th, 2026. I would like to call up three members from the South Mountain Levine Chamber of Commerce. First, previously mentioned, Maisha Harris, also a Levine legend, so please come forward. Levine legend also, Adam Mikesell. And Caroline Torres. Sure, yeah. Julie, start.
Okay, we're gonna go, and 3, 2, 1, ready? 3, 2, 1. I'm gonna do one more like this. Just one. And 2, 1. One more. 3, 2, 1. Perfect. Thank you.
Two construction updates. Let's start with Levine Traditional Academy. Preparation of the site and initial construction work for Levine Traditional Academy, located at the northeast corner of 59th Avenue in Olney, is underway. Core construction has prepared the land and will soon go vertical or begin construction of the school buildings. Levine Traditional Academy will open for next school year in August 2026. Also, Vista Del Sur Accelerated Academy classroom renovations. This summer, 15 classrooms in the 100, 200, and 300 wings of Vista Del Sur were remodeled. Improvements included new millwork, whiteboards, sinks, dimmable LED lighting, flooring, and painting. And construction of a new classroom building and a remodel of the front office and cafeteria at Vista will begin this year, and that's later on our action items. So, and with that, President Berrigan, I will turn it back over to you.
Okay. I think, hold on. I don't know this new one yet. I have a thing in the way. I think it's your presentation, right? Aspirations to action steps? Or are we going to do a break?
Yeah.
We are going to do a break for those of you who are here to celebrate with us tonight and don't want to stay for the less exciting business part of the meeting. You're welcome to leave. We'll take a quick break while you do that, and then we'll start the business part.
I think it's going to be pretty exciting.
Dr. Sprout, aspirations to action steps.
Okay, thank you, President Berrigan, governing board members. Tonight, the council team and I will be presenting the process our administrative team uses to strategically plan, which we call aspirations to action steps. And by the way, just to save time, I said President Berrigan and governing board members on their behalf because that way they don't have to get up every time and say it. So I hope that that's okay.
Totally.
All right. First, we start with our long-standing vision and mission statements, both of which bring focus on maximizing the success of all students. So how do we fulfill our vision and mission? In April and May of 2021, coming out of the pandemic, the administrative team met to develop a set of aspirations with the purpose of meeting our vision and mission. Aspirations are simply the hopes of achieving or becoming something. But to dive a little deeper into this word, aspirations are future-oriented. They are not what we have done, but what we hope to become. They keep us focused on doing what is best for our students, their families, our staff, our community at large, and the state of Arizona. They are crucial to our continuous improvement as a district. And finally, as a focus on the future, doing what is best, and continually improving, those are all virtuous when done right. And so our aspirations are foundational to our culture as educators and as a school district. After receiving input from administrators, we ended up with 9 aspirations designed to meet the vision and mission of the school district. And here they are. We also added a 10th aspiration, safety. Please note that these are not rank ordered, but are very, very entwined with one another. Then we set to the process of providing and creating definitions for each of these aspirations. And that is the slide that you see there, which has a lot of words on it. And board members have it. If you would like to click on the QR code, you can download this document if you're watching on YouTube or if you're here in the meeting. So these are our 10 aspirations and their definition. But what is next? And the answer to that question is action steps. Every year, the admin team goes through a process of attaching action steps to each aspiration. In addition to creating the action steps, we of course carry out these steps throughout the year and evaluate our progress. And this is the document that we end up with. As you can see, we have the aspiration. There's aspiration number 1. The actual action step itself. They're all numbered so we can refer to them. How we will measure the action step. Who is responsible? And that is a system of coding because we have people with very long job titles on our administrative team. When we will complete the action step. Then in January, we do a mid-year progress check on how each action step is, the progress on each action step. And then we also do an end-of-the-year assessment or evaluation of all of our action steps. And then we also make the decision of whether we will keep it, modify it for the following school year. So the cycle goes like this, just to reiterate. At the end of the year, in May, we evaluate our action steps for the year, and we begin the process of brainstorming for the following year, what action steps we need to implement. During the summer, the council team goes through all of the suggestions and discussions and refines those action steps. And then at our July admin retreat, we do a final review. Of these action steps. Our new process will be to present these annually to the governing board, and in September, receive approval of the Aspirations to Action Steps document from the board. As I stated earlier, we also do a mid-year progress review. But what I want to emphasize to the board is that throughout the year, I will be going to PTOs and presenting on our Aspirations to Action Step process. I will be presenting it to our staff as well. And so this is kind of the breakout of this process to our school community. We also firmly believe that these give us a good way to seek input from our staff because of the specificity of the categories. And so we look forward to input. And actually, most of our action steps come from our staff through our administration to this process. And now the council members and I will provide you with highlights. We're not going to go through every action step. As a look back to last year's action steps and a look forward to this year's action steps. And to start us off, we have Assistant Superintendent of Academic Services, Sarah Zimbrewski.
Good evening. This is so exciting. I love to talk about student achievement. And you'll hear, obviously, all of the aspirations to action steps. These action steps all lend to increasing student achievement. But just some of the highlights from last year of a couple of the action steps that we feel really proud of meeting. First of all, we implemented Eureka Math Squared, our new math curriculum. We implemented it with fidelity, ensuring that all students were provided grade level content at the correct level of rigor. And I think it'll be testament to our ACE math scores where we really didn't see the typical implementation dip that you oftentimes see with an implementation of a new curriculum. So we're excited about that. We also investigated the implementation of a Superintendent's Reading All-Stars program for our second graders. And I'm excited to let you know that that will be happening this year. I think it's going to be something about reading Superstar Sprout or something like that. It'll be neat. But also an increased partnerships with high school districts to allow students to earn higher level credits. And last year we did have 82% of our 8th graders that received civics credit. They passed the civics exam for high school. In addition, we had 48 students enrolled in algebra that received credit. This year we have 159. Last year we had 32 students that received geometry credit. This year we already are up to 64. And in addition, we have 3 students that are taking Algebra 3-4 at Betty H. Fairfax High School. So it's really exciting. And then looking forward this year, using MClass, our new literacy assessment tool, that to increase the percentage of students that are reading at grade level. Also utilizing our common informative assessments during our Wednesday professional learning community meetings to systematically align standards, content, and skills horizontally and vertically across the grade levels. And develop action plans with differentiated support to improve the number of reclassified English language learners. So it's something we're always working to refine and improve upon. And in addition, implement K-8 ELA curriculum adoption process this year with participation from staff and parents. So now I will turn it over to aspiration number 2 to Jamie Camacho.
So aspiration 2, instructional excellence, looking at our accomplishments for 24-25. Sarah mentioned the Eureka Math Squared, but it also improved the instruction in our teacher practices and the professional development that was providing our students and our teachers, and being able to see that all students had access to grade level and that universal design. The implementation of PLC Wednesdays throughout all of our schools. A few action steps to highlight for 25-26 is we're really working on a culture of coaching. The idea that all instructional coaches complete coaching cycles to provide meaningful support for our teachers. That we're teaching adopted curriculum on pace with our district pacing guides. And then also, thanks to the governing board, the extension of our PLC Wednesdays by 30 minutes to offer support for cross-content implementation. And with that, I'm going to hand it back to Sarah.
All right, aspiration number 3 is student-centered, and where we're really caring for the educational, physical, and social-emotional needs of all of our students. So last year we did implement, I did a presentation to the board last October about the implementation of PBIS rewards, the referral tracker, and our behavior intervention support system, Compass curriculum. and that was implemented across each of our schools last year. We also continued the investigation and implementation of AMLE, which is the Association for Middle Level Education, and Schools to Watch designations. And we investigated adding a position that specifically addresses chronic absenteeism. So moving forward to this year, I'm happy to let you know, as you guys all approved, a new Dean of Student Attendance position, and our goal is to include a campaign to decrease our chronic absenteeism rate across the district by at least 5%. We also want to create a system of accountability to ensure the completion of these intervention lessons. So last year we assigned a lot of lessons. We also had a lot of students complete these lessons, but we know that we can get a higher completion rate and really start to see behaviors change. So we're structuring some kind of system of accountability to ensure that happens. And then we're also ensuring that all schools meet the requirements to earn a state level PBIS award. Thank you. I will turn it over to Tim Thomas.
Good evening. I'm happy to be able to speak about aspiration number 4, which has to do with our employee experience. So looking back to last year, we investigated no longer contracting with the Arizona School for the Deaf and Blind for our students with vision and hearing impaired, and to bring those services in-house. We were able to accomplish that. Also, an action step last year was to investigate increasing special educational instructional staffing in our self-contained classrooms, and I'm happy to announce that through that investigation that this year we've implemented additional instructional staffing in our K-3 CCA self-contained bathrooms, knowing that they have more needs with toileting and things like that. Looking ahead to this year, you're all aware that we are moving away from the ASBA and implementing policies from the trust, so we'll be doing that throughout the year. We'll continue to partner with college and universities for pathways for classified staff to become teachers. We're going to provide them with professional development to help get them started. We started that last year. We had 7 classified staff members that are in a program to become teachers, and we know that to solve the teacher shortage, it's not going to come from traditional 22, 23-year-olds, but if we can open that range up 22, 23 to 55, 65-year-olds who are already working in our schools and know our kids and our community and work with our staff, that's what's going to get us through over the hump. And then we're going to continue to provide professional development to classified staff to support their continuous improvement on early release PLC Wednesdays. Our classified staff also stick around after the students leave to participate in PLCs or get staff development in their particular roles and responsibilities. I will turn it back over to Dr. Sprout.
All right. Aspiration number 5 is innovation. And you will notice that we do not have any action steps here. That is because action steps are always innovative in this approach and are therefore in the 9 other aspirations. But we still wanted to have innovation as a stated aspiration of the district. I also have our 6th aspiration, community choice. Last year, we finalized the signature program for school number 10, Levine Traditional Academy. We continue to develop our signature programs on each campus, including Levine Leadership Academy at Cheatham Farms. And with our new communications team, we have focused on our branding and marketing, including hiring a firm to help us with marketing and branding research this year. For this year, we launched a new website. We are working towards developing our parent experience commitment, which would be similar to our employee experience commitment. And we are strategizing on how to maximize kindergarten enrollment. And now I'll turn it over to our Chief Communications Officer, Robert Kaplinger, Dr. Robert Kaplinger.
Thank you. Aspiration number 7, alliances. We had a banner year in this regard, thanks to our strong communications department. We increased fundraising efforts for the foundation. Some examples of that included $18,000 raised at the Winter Festival, $20,000, as you witnessed here tonight, at the Chamber Golf Tournament, and $5,000 raised at Levine Legends, all to benefit Levine student scholarships. We had over 150 community volunteers come and support our food distributions. We had 7 of them here at the LEC, and over $60,000 raised through community partnerships to support academic signature programs and employee experience initiatives. Some goals looking forward to this year, we're going to be developing and delivering a tax credit donation campaign to increase donations. We will be delivering a district-wide parent information education series, and we'll continue to increase family participation at our LEAP events. And it's my pleasure to introduce Charlie Martin.
Thanks, Robert. So aspiration number 8 is stewardship. This is to responsibly and sustainably maximize our resources to accomplish the mission and vision of the district. This is where a lot of our business and operations teams' initiatives and goals live within our aspirations. A few highlights from last year are that we educated the community on the importance of bonds and overrides and what would be on the ballot last November. We also implemented free breakfast and lunch programs at all of our schools and served more than 10% more meals last school year than the year before, so that was a significant accomplishment. Last year, we acquired land for 2 new school sites for Levine Traditional Academy, which is under construction right now, and then also for school number 11, which will be further in the future, but we've secured that land now. And across our business and operations departments, we implemented several new systems. Our support services team implemented FMX, which is a system for tracking work orders and plant improvement needs and following up on those. Our transportation department implemented the BusQuest system, which lets parents see where their child's bus is located and how far away the bus is. And our business team implemented the InTouch revenue collection system, which makes it easier to give receipts in a school front office, document why a payment was received, and also makes online payments a lot easier. Looking ahead to this year, a few of our key goals are to construct Levine Traditional Academy and the Vista del Sur Accelerated Academy projects on time and on budget, to continue to expand our electric bus fleet, and then also to create a guidance document for parent support organizations, both to help Levine Traditional Academy get off the ground with parent support and also to continue to support organizations at our other schools. Aspiration number 9 is advocacy, and as a district, we stand up for the Levine community and for public education in Arizona as well. Really, our goals in this area for both last year and the current year are to build partnerships with elected officials and policymakers that support public education. And a few examples of that last year, Dr. Sprout and our Director of Child Nutrition, Jennifer Gordon, both testified down at the legislature on different proposed laws. As a district, we had a table at Parents' Day at the Capitol this spring and shared some of the good things that are going on in our district with legislators and others. And then we participate in several organizations that advocate for public education, and we'll continue to do that this year. And I'll hand it back to Dr. Kaplinger.
Aspiration number 10, safety. We look forward to an annual safety and security presentation this evening, but for now we'd like to highlight the fact that we implemented a multi-factor security system for our staff account logins. It's called Duo, helps us stay secure. We adopted board-approved standard response protocol, which is commonly known as SRP, and standard reunification method, SRM, and began training staff in Q4 of last year, which included administrators and front office staff. And we have sworn police officers on all 9 campuses. This year, we'll continue to train 100% of our district staff in SRP and SRM, and our goal is 100%. Deliver 2 district-wide information events on those same 2 topics for parents, and complete and implement the district's emergency operation plan. Thank you.
I'd like to conclude with a couple more comments. First, thank you to our administrative team. They worked very hard to develop these aspirations and the action steps that we will be implementing this year. So thank you to the best administrative team in Arizona. We are looking forward to this year and continuing to receive input through staff and parent surveys, through campus visits, our administrative team simply being with their staff and hearing their needs. I also meet with the Parent Advisory Group, which is an outstanding group of parent leaders that give us input, and of course from the governing board. And we went over 3 or 4 things from each action step, but you have an exhaustive list there of everything that we're doing, and we look forward to your input and your thoughts. And if you have any questions, we'd be happy to answer them at this time.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Sprout and administrative team. It's incredibly important for us to share information like this. We haven't quite gotten to this step in the past before, and I appreciate the thoughtfulness and what I'm sure was an incredible amount of work behind this. And it's important because we need to be able to tell our story, and this is a great big part of telling our story so that people aren't telling our story for us and creating something that isn't accurate. And I love this. This is incredible. Any other comments or questions for Dr. Sprout or the administrative team?
Yeah, amazing.
Okay. Then I think we have a safety and security presentation. Is that right? Excellent. Come on up.
President Berrigan, members of the board, Dr. Sprout, it is my privilege to stand before you this evening to introduce our annual safety and security presentation for the Levine School District. In a moment, I will be introducing, let me advance. There we go. In a moment, I'll be introducing our Safety and Communications Coordinator, Mr. Mike Gowell, to review safety and security best practices in the Levine School District, which include additions and enhancements implemented since last year's presentation. He will also review the district's evidence-based approach to school safety, which guides our work. He will conclude with a review of safety and security measures that will be or will continue to be implemented this school year. I would like to bring to your attention the fact that some operational details about the district's safety and security have not been included in this presentation to preserve the integrity of our emergency operations. If you have specific questions after this presentation, they may or may not need to be answered in an executive session. We just reviewed the district aspirations, but as a reminder, the foundation of the safety aspiration is the fact that we, as a district, prioritize the safety and security of all members of our school community. To demonstrate how this aspiration has been translated into action for the 24-25 school year and will continue to be implemented into the 25-26 school year, it is my pleasure to introduce our Safety and Communications Coordinator, Mr. Michael Gowell.
Thank you, Dr. Kaplinger, and good evening, President Berrigan, governing board members, Dr. Sprout, and Levine's staff. It's an honor to be here with you tonight, and I'm excited to review Levine's current practices and share the progress on a new safety initiative. We all know that safety, specifically in the educational setting, is a comprehensive and expansive discipline that combines both physical infrastructure and effective policies and procedures to create the safest learning environment possible. Here at Levine, I'd be remiss to not mention that our interdepartmental collaboration and coordination is unmatched, allowing us to maximize efficiency and productivity. That coordination and initiative from many departments is truly something that sets our district apart, ultimately increasing our ability to protect our school community. I would like to briefly review the current best practices we have at Levine, starting with our physical security infrastructure that allows us to protect our students and staff, some of which has already been presented on tonight. As you travel around the district, you may have noticed the ongoing installation of the non-scalable perimeter fencing. This fencing not only looks amazing, but strengthens our campus security. Various exterior lighting upgrades have been completed across the district and will continue to be completed as needed. Last year, key control procedures were implemented, resulting in improved access control and accountability. Card reader installations were completed last school year, and continual evaluation and needs assessments will be completed throughout this school year to identify additional areas that could benefit from these improvements. Security systems have been improved and technological integrations were completed, and finally we have both bulletproof and shatterproof glass installed throughout our campuses to maximize security, again, ultimately all improving our ability to protect our schools. What this infrastructure supports is the closed campus policy at Levine. We know that the best way to keep our students and staff safe is to have a closed campus with policies that support that initiative. namely a locked door policy, having a single point of entry, effective visitor management procedures, and making sure that posted signage is clear and visible on all of our district buildings. To ensure this, we're continuing to work with the City of Phoenix and the Phoenix Police Department on appropriate signage recommendations. One of the most effective ways to communicate during an emergency is using our PA system to make direct, plain language announcements. Families receive timely information through Parent Square, and we are committed to making sure that drills are clearly announced so everyone can understand what is happening and allowing them to master the basics. Our support services and transportation departments also have tools to reach specific audiences. As we've discussed already tonight, BusQuest has connected over 900 users to our transportation department, allowing the safe passage of our students. And the FMX work order system now allows all staff to directly input safety or facility issues, allowing issues to be remedied quickly. On the training side, we stay in compliance with all required safety drills, which includes monthly fire drills, quarterly lockdown drills, and monthly administrative safety scenarios for principals, assistant principals, and our administrative teams. These regular exercises ensure that everyone knows their role and can calmly and effectively respond when a crisis occurs. As we may be faced with varying safety challenges and concerns on an annual basis, it's important that we continually adapt and adjust our plans accordingly. Our Emergency Operations Plan, or EOP, is in the final revision stages, and by incorporating the Department of Education's newly released standards, we can best prepare for any emergency. Part of our responsibility is to review this plan annually and make minor changes that will better serve our school community. This is done by our district's emergency response team, which is comprised of myself, our Chief Communications Officer, Dr. Robert Kaplinger, our Assistant Superintendent of Academic Services, Sarah Zimbruski, and our Superintendent, Dr. Jeff Sprout. Additionally, every 5 years from this point on, a group of stakeholders, including our district emergency response team, representatives from the police department, fire department, and emergency management agencies, will thoroughly evaluate the plan and make any major revisions if needed. Having strong partnerships is critical to ensuring the safety of our campuses, and we remain committed to having police presence on our campuses. Utilizing the School Safety Program grant, we continue to have sworn police officers on all 9 of our campuses, soon to be 10. We also have 2 grant-funded counselors that work in our district in addition to the district-funded counselors at each site. Each school has a dedicated school safety team responsible for identifying safety concerns at their campus and how to best address them. This team meets quarterly, uses campus-specific data to determine best practices moving forward in their continuous improvement plans. In a rapidly changing world where acts of violence and threats are becoming increasingly prevalent in schools across the country, it's important that we not only prepare and respond to these events appropriately, but that we navigate school safety in a way that best protects our students, staff, and school community. Because of this, we remain committed to taking an evidence-based and reality-driven approach to school safety, an approach that is grounded in real-world data and proven best practices, that is not driven by speculation, but rooted in measurable results. That is why we're constantly reviewing regional and national best practices. With every unfortunate incident that occurs in our country, we research potential lessons learned and real-world applications and solutions that could benefit us here at Levine. We collaborate with regional and industry management professionals, and we are in constant contact with subject matter experts in the school safety world, like Jesus Villahermosa and the I Love You Guys Foundation, which allows us to adapt our policies as needed. As evaluations of our safety programs and plans were conducted last school year, it was recognized that we had an opportunity to improve our emergency response protocols in an effort to eliminate confusion. We previously subscribed to a modified lockdown model that consisted of the terms hard lockdown and soft lockdown. However, we needed a program that clearly and effectively communicated how to handle emergencies before they occur, with clear and visible protocols that offered intuitive training, during emergencies in a way that minimized confusion as to what actions to take, and guidance for what happens after an emergency situation that standardized reunification efforts. Because of this, we selected a nationally recognized evidence-based program to address those needs, and I would like to thank this governing board for formally adopting the I Love You Guys Foundation's Standard Response Protocol and Standard Reunification Method. These models offer a common shared vocabulary that gives students, staff, and the school community the framework to handle school emergencies and are comprised of 5 simple actions: hold, secure, lockdown, shelter, and evacuate. This allows staff to initiate an emergency response action that best fits their situation. To begin, we created specific and measurable training objectives that will give us the best opportunity for implementation success. This includes ensuring all Levine School District staff are trained by the end of quarter 1, as Dr. Kaplinger mentioned. We are obtaining 100% compliance. We will also train all of our students across all grade levels, making sure that they receive age-appropriate instruction and information. As we will soon begin our quarterly drills, we have clarified that drills are meant to reinforce what action should be taken during emergency situations and should not be stressful. Drills will always be announced when they are happening, and we will never simulate acts of violence during our drills. However, we recognize that even though it's not meant to be scary or stressful, inevitably stress responses may still occur. So we are encouraging our staff to talk about these protocols and drills with their students regularly and conduct regulation activities immediately following these drills. Additionally, we're also encouraging staff to take the time to answer any questions or discussions that may arise as a result of these drills. And we will complete our initial round of drills throughout quarter 1. We are excited to be hosting 2 parent and community informational sessions within the first 90 days of this plan rollout to explain the SRP and the SRM, answer questions, and encourage partnership in reinforcing these safety practices at home. Families were informed via Parent Square that we will host these sessions, one on August 20th and the other on August 27th. And we encourage all families to participate if they would like more information on these programs and how they play a vital role in the success of these programs. And for those that are not able to attend, the sessions will be recorded and posted with directions on how to access on our website. Additionally, our training objective is to collaborate with local law enforcement, fire services, and emergency management agencies to review and align the SRP actions with local response protocols. We will continue to train with our administrative staff and school staff, and we will conduct small targeted group exercise to strengthen the components of this response. And we will at least do 1 tabletop or full-scale exercise with our law enforcement partners in this academic year. That larger scale exercise will comply with the Homeland Security Exercise and Evaluation Program guidelines. We know that safety is the responsibility of everyone in our school community. And to effectively implement a new program like this, we're utilizing a whole community approach to ensure that key partners are included in the implementation of this program. Some of those partners include us here at the district, our students and their families, and the community at large. As a district, we entered into a memorandum of understanding with the I Love You Guys Foundation to formally adopt these programs. We immediately developed and implemented a strategic training rollout plan that encompasses all of Levine staff, with that training again scheduled to be completed by the beginning of October. We've also committed to an implementation review in quarter 2 to make sure that we don't have any gaps in the implementation. For our students and families, knowledge and participation are a critical component of this program and the continuance of this program. Our students have to have a working knowledge of these protocols and what actions to take in the middle of a crisis. And for our families and guardians, it is so important that they understand their vital role and how they can support this program and handle emergency situations. Before the start of this year, our families were sent an introductory video that introduces the standard response protocol to them and the actions that it contains. Finally, we're going to continue to work with stakeholders in the community as this program provides that shared vocabulary and response actions that allow us to work in tandem using the same language. We've already conducted initial trainings with law enforcement and will continue to collaborate trainings with our fire and police agencies in the area. And this includes conducting targeted training with our reunification site. I'd like to briefly share some of the training support materials that will be shown to our student body and families and that our staff has already seen. and that they will continue to utilize to reinforce these actions with our student body. We're going to watch a few segments of the introductory video from the Standard Response Protocol that was sent to families ahead of this academic year. We'll watch a small segment from the student training video that grades 3 through 8 will see ahead of drills, and that they will get exposed to via school assemblies and their teacher support. And then we will give examples of pre-K through 2 training materials taught by classroom teachers. One of the many benefits of partnering with the I Love You Guys Foundation is their mission to provide school districts with the resources they need to effectively utilize the Standard Response Protocol, and this video is an example of that.
Protocol came from. The Standard Response Protocol is a guide of emergency actions that school staff and teachers and students can use during emergency circumstances. They're able to provide resources that are vetted by experts from all over the country and throughout the world.
The origin and the development of the SRP has always had a home in evidence-based information. The intent of going out and talking to our law enforcement partners and our first responders and our teachers and our students was to develop the concepts around what works and why does it work. That at its core is evidence-based research. Unfortunately, as we continue to see acts of violence occur in our schools, and every time one of those happens, we learn something new from that around how to respond to crisis.
The I Love You Guys Foundation does a great job in making sure that their processes and their procedures stay current.
The next video you'll see is an age-appropriate lesson for our 3rd through 8th graders that will be shown to them during the weeks of the initial drills to reinforce the SRP actions that they see throughout the school. This preview is a video that was recorded utilizing a Sandy Hook school shooting survivor.
Why is this stuff important? There are things the adults don't like to talk about, but if things happen at school, I need to have a plan. And I need to know that the adults have a plan. So I'm going to talk about the Standard Response Protocol. It's all about these simple actions.
The first action is hold. Stay in your classroom, clear the hallways. The second action is secure. Get inside, lock outside doors. The third action is lockdown. Locks, lights, out of sight. The fourth action is evacuate. A location will be announced. The fifth action is shelter. The hazard and safety strategy will be announced. So let's get started and learn about hold.
Hold in your classroom or area, clear the halls. Hold in your classroom or area, clear the halls.
Something is happening in the halls and the school needs to get it sorted out. So we'll stay in our classroom even if the bell rings.
Try to do classwork, but remind your teacher to lock and close the classroom door.
Won't I be marked tardy for my next class?
Not during a hold.
And if I'm in the cafeteria or the gym?
Depending on what's happening, you might be asked to stay in your area if you aren't in a classroom.
Unlike a lockdown, a hold can be released with a PA announcement.
Students, all clear, the hold is released. All clear, the hold is released.
And that video would continue on through the remaining 5 actions. As we know, we can't present information the same way to different age groups. That's why the I Love You Guys Foundation provides targeted lessons, games, activities, and a pre-K through 2nd grade manual that provides examples of how to support younger students in learning the actions within the Standard Response Protocol. For our teachers, they'll be provided learning materials and a support manual that demonstrates these lesson plans and how to best teach these concepts. And some examples of this could be coloring pages, building a secure castle, and learning items like the rabbit yoga pose and playing the quiet game to strengthen their responses. Finally, clear and consistent messaging and communication is the foundation of this program. SRP flyers have been distributed and posted in all Levine School District buildings, with multiple flyers being hung in large areas, as you can see in this room. Our goal is that anyone that comes to our campus that is not familiar with these protocols can quickly understand the instructions given if an emergency situation occurs while they are on campus. And while our staff understands this, the constant reinforcement and visual aids of these actions are crucial to its success. That's why posters have been posted in every classroom, hallway, and large gathering area. They've been placed in every classroom emergency folder. They're attached to substitute key cards, visitor badges, and they're posted in front offices and lobbies for families and visitors. There will also be more information on our website that parents can look up anytime. Ultimately, crisis isn't a choice, but response is. So again, thank you for adopting these protocols. We're excited at the progress we're making in the implementation, and at this time, we're happy to answer any questions you may have.
Thank you for all of that information. It's incredibly sad that we actually have to even discuss any of this, but unfortunately there are people out there who make bad choices and hurt children, and so I appreciate all of the forethought that goes into this. Keeping our kids safe is the most important thing that we do. I personally love I love you guys. It's much clearer than the things we've seen in the past, and what's the difference between that kind of a lockdown versus this kind of a lockdown, and I think that's a much clearer, easier path for students and adults to follow. So I think that was a great move. I don't have any questions. Any other comments or questions?
I had 2 questions, actually.
Go for it.
They're easy. Well, first I wanted to say I have 3 girls in the district now. My oldest is now in a high school district, but they already have been talking to me about these things. So it's good to hear and that they're learning already and to hear it as a parent. So on that, I love that you're having these parent community safety nights. The 20th and 27th, are they the same information on both nights?
It is.
Okay.
We just wanted to offer multiple opportunities
Makes
if
sense.
parents couldn't make it.
And then the second question, see, easy. You said there's 2 additional counselors for the district.
Correct.
What is their role, these 2 counselors?
So they still fulfill all of the responsibilities that all of our counselors fulfill at every single site. The grant has additional requirements that they must fulfill specific to the terms of the school safety program grant. And what that looks like is participating on those school safety teams and really utilizing their position to not only address the day-to-day needs that the campus might have, but the identified needs that that team identifies based on their specific data.
Okay. Thanks.
Absolutely.
Thank you for doing that. I agree. Like, it's sad that we talk about this. It's always a hard conversation to have and to listen to, but I appreciate all that we're doing and being proactive. And I know we've seen through other incidences in past years how the safety team is prepared and able to respond quickly and effectively. So I appreciate that. And I love having these signs in every classroom on the substitute key tags. So I know that's really important so that everybody has been trained, but then more importantly, when you forget your training, which we all do at times, especially in a time of crisis, that it's so quick as a bullet point to see what we're supposed to do. So I feel like that's really going to be helpful for everyone.
Absolutely. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you, guys. Okay, next we have the consent agenda. Do I have a motion?
Motion?
Second.
Motion and seconded. Any discussion? All those in favor? Aye. Next is the modification to the counselor observation instrument. Do I have a motion?
Motion?
Second.
It's been motioned and seconded. Any discussion? All those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Next is the Dean of Student Attendance Observation Instrument. Do I have a motion?
Motion.
Second.
Motion and seconded. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Next, the SFOB Capital Plan Submittal. That's the School Facilities Oversight Board. Any discussion? Excuse me, do I have a motion?
Motion.
Second.
It's been motioned and seconded. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. And then finally, nope, just kidding, we have 2 more after that. We have the ranking of the construction manager at risk, the CMAR Firms for Vista Del Sur Accelerated Academy, with Chase Building Team coming in on top there. Do I have a motion?
Motion.
Second.
Motion and seconded. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. And I think we have someone from Chase Building Team here, Mr. Patrick Shepard. Thank you for being here tonight. We look forward to this. And he knows, he and I go way back. We were babies and he answered all of my stupid questions about how to build things. And Robert was there. He heard many stupid questions, I'm sure. So we are in good hands with this rebuild, and no pressure, but this is where Reagan went to school, just so you know, and where you have, and none of yours are there. Yeah. Jennifer, one who's not here tonight, so no pressure, but the eyes will be on it. Congratulations, thank you. Okay, the next item is the 2026 ASBA proposed political agenda. Do I have a motion?
Motion.
Second.
It's been motioned and seconded, and just as a reminder, we had already gone over this towards the end of the school year. We send in our thoughts and opinions, and then they came back this time with this sort of draft after they had their Good Time Summer Conference. Okay. It's been motioned and seconded. Any discussion? All those in favor? Aye. And then the ASBA Delegate Assembly Member selection, who am I going to volunteer? Michelle? Yay?
Yes, I will take it.
Okay, yay, thank you. Oh, they have a virtual option, yeah?
Yeah, it's fun
Okay.
to go down there sometimes.
But I think we have to pick an alternate too, right? Okay, that's going to be one of two.
Okay.
You?
Sure.
Raquel?
Yeah, I don't
okay.
know what I'm getting myself into, but yeah.
Okay.
What, oh, is it the weekend, is it the 3rd through 6th?
Yes.
Yep.
I am out of town. I'm going Thursday.
Oh, you're out of
but-
town.
Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Thank you,
Linda
Linda,
will-
for reminding
Linda will
me
be all
about my life.
alternate. Next year,
Okay,
Nicole.
deal.
You're gonna love it. The best thing I can say about it is that they feed you.
I like that. I
Okay.
don't want to be virtual.
Yeah. Okay, I'll make the motion to have Miss Michelle Anderson as our delegate and Miss Linda Begg as our alternate delegate. Do I have a second?
Second.
It's been motioned and seconded. All those in favor?
Aye.
Okie dokie. We're at the end. Comments from the board. Mrs. Anderson?
It has been a whirlwind for myself.
Yeah.
But I just want to thank all of the administrators, the district leadership, working over the summer in preparation for the school year. So it looks like it went off. Everything is going very smoothly so far. So thank you for all your hard work behind that. And yeah,
Awesome.
welcome back.
Mrs. Bell?
Yeah, ditto. Welcome back. Thank you so much for working over the summer and all your hard work. Thank you to the executive team for this amazing
Yeah.
piece of, what did you call it, aspirations to action step. This is really awesome, and I think what sets our district apart and why it is the best district in the state. You can't measure goals if you don't have them written down, right? And so this is amazing. And thank you for the safety report. As a parent, that's also really important to me, so I appreciate that. But welcome back. Thanks for all you guys do. Have a great year.
Okay, Mrs. Abeg.
Just thank you again. These have all, it's been really good information, so much work going on to make us a great district. I really appreciate that. And I know that with all the work that is going on with projects around the district, that sometimes that creates extra work and effort at the school sites when your parking lot is closed or the fence is going up or all of those things. And so more power to you, and thank you for all of your effort in making all of this happen, because it's making our schools better and safer, and it'll be worth it in the long run.
It sure will be. Just an appreciation for everybody and the role that you play in the district. With each day comes a great deal of time, effort, and energy, preparation, planning for kids to just, be the best district that we can be, and we continue to do that year after year, and you just make us all incredibly proud to be part of the district, to live in the district, and to have each and every one of you here. So thank you, guys. With that, we'll have another meeting in September sometime. When is it?
11th.
Thank you, September 11th. So important day. And it'll be right here. I need a motion to adjourn.
Motion.
Second.
Motion and seconded. All those in favor?
Aye.
Good night, everybody.